Hello guys, first of all I welcome you all to this interview question series, and we are seeing some of the important questions related to Python interview, and we already completed the 8 sets with respect to that, right? And in the last from the last 3 sets we are seeing some of the coding related questions, and we are continue with that trend with respect to this session as well. Okay, so let's get started with the session guys. Okay, and the first question of the today's sessions is something like this. Okay, so the first question is that I have to write the program. To reverse a given number. Okay, write a Python program. Write the Python program to reverse the given number. Okay, if your problem statement tells only this kind of things, reversing the number, then there are multiple approaches you can adopt. So we will discuss that. Okay, we will discuss that. First of all, let me just take one user input. Okay, so user will give some number here, so I'll employ the input function. Okay, input function is there, and let me just prompt the user to enter something. So enter some number. Okay, enter some number here, and let me just create one function so that I can just reuse this with the multiple cases. So def. Okay, so I'm creating function reverse number. Okay, reverse number, and I'm passing something with respect to that. I'm passing one number here, parameters. Okay, and let me check one thing here. Let me just do one thing here and just return the reverse of it by using the slice operator. We will just look into that, how can I employ the slice operator and all this kind of stuff. So whatever the number I am getting, okay, I'm just reversing those stuff. Okay, and let me just do one thing. Okay, this is the function I got right now. Okay, this is the function I got right now, and what I'm trying to do here is that just invoke that function. For that, let me just create one variable res and just invoke the function reverse number. Okay, so reverse number is there, and I'm passing the user input, whatever the user input is there, and after that I'm just printing out what is the thing I got. Okay, printing out the result. Okay, let me just execute those things right now. Okay, if I'm executing, it will ask me for a number. So let me just take one number 1 2 3 4. Okay, and if I just press enter here, I'm getting the 4321, which is correct, right? So function is running smoothly, but the thing is that if I just print the type of it, okay, let me just print the type of it. Type of it using the type function, type of res. What is the type of res? Let me just again run the code. Ask me for the input 1 2 3 4. Okay, execute the string, and you will get the string represent. This is the whole crux of this solution. So what I'm trying to do here is that I am just enabling the power of this input function. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, when I just get the input from the user will input something, and this input function returns a string representation, a string object. Okay, a string representation or string object we have. So whenever you input something, it is termed as a string, and if it is a string, then it is an iterable object, and we can employ a slice over it. Okay, we can employ the slice over it, and we can just get whatever the output you want. But the thing is that after employing those approach, it may be the case that interviewer asks you if user is giving in the number in the form of int. Okay, so what if the number is in the integer format? How can you proceed? Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is that right now, let me just do one thing here, and let me just take into the integer format directly. So I'm just converting this thing into the int. Okay, int. So right now, So all the things are coming with respect to the user is integer format. So I have to modify the function. So first, so what I'm trying to do here is that let me just handle both the cases in the same function. So first I'll check if the type of the number you are passing is equals to string. If it is string, then simply return the logic which we have employed earlier, which is something like int of num, okay, num, and then colon minus 1. Clear? And if it is not, then else I have to employ the another approach. So let's discuss about the another approach in a short terms. Okay, so let's suppose the number is something like, so n is equals to 1 2 3 and 4. Let's just do a logic building here. Okay, 1 2 3 4. So what I'm trying to do here is that let me just create one temporary variable. Okay, so the temporary variable I'll just create. So temporary variable I'll just create, and I'll just initialize with this 0. Initialize with this with respect to 0. Okay, and what I'm trying to do here is that let me just find out the last number I have and just put it into that temporary variable. Okay, so for that purpose, to employ these things, I may want the while loop. Okay, while loop I want, and there is some condition for while looping is there. We will discuss about it. Okay, and then we will just get the last digit. So how can I get the last digit? By employing the modulo operator. Okay, modulo operator. So let me just do one thing here. So you must get something like this. Okay, so 1 2 3 and 4 is there. Okay, and I'm dividing the stuff with respect to 10. Okay, and if I'm dividing with respect to them, I'm getting some quotient, so I'm not interested in quotient. And after the division you will get some remainder here, so I'm interested about the remainder, and remainder we definitely get as 4. So as soon as I get the 4, I'll put this thing into the here. So before putting, I'm just multiplying those things with respect to 10. So it will still 0 right now, and I just add those 4. So right now the temporary variable is 4. Clear? Again, so right now the new number. Okay, so let me just take one terminating condition. So again I'm just update the existing number which is equals to 10. Okay, so means that divide the number whatever you have, divide this number whatever you have with respect to 10. Okay, and right now I want quotient only, not remainder. So the quotient I am getting something like 1 2 3, and take those quotient and perform this operation again. So right now they don't have in the update number we don't have 4, we have a 3. Just wanted to know the remainder of it. So again performing same operation. Right now I am getting the 3. As soon as I get the 3, I'll just again multiply the number which is 4 into 10, which is 40, and plus 3. So add those last digits. So right now this is the 3 we have. Okay, so 40 plus 3 is 43. Okay, 40 plus 3 is 43. So I am getting 4, then 3. I want 2 right now. So again I am just updating the existing number. And so right now I have a 12 is there. Again dividing the stuff. Okay, dividing the stuffs and getting the remainder as 2. As soon as I get the 2, again multiply the existing number with respect to 10. So it is 430 plus 2, which is 432. So 432, and the cycle is goes, and finally we will get the remainder, or finally we will get the number as a quotient as a 0. Okay, as soon as I hit the 0, I'll take the while condition. That number as soon as the number is not equal to 0, then run all of this kind of thing, and if it is 0, then just break this thing. Let's just break this thing. So this is the approach we have to employ in order to get those things. Okay, so just run down these steps again, just try it manually guys with respect to this number, and you will get the full idea of what's going on, how to code it. Let me just go into the coding part right now. Okay, let me just initialize the temporary variable n is equals to 0. Okay, let me just take the while loop. So whatever the number you are passing which is not equal to 0, you are running those loops, and in that loop let me just perform some operations. So I'll just fetch the last digit. Okay, so last digit is equals to whatever the number you got, divide it by 10 and return me the remainder. Okay, so modulo operator is there. And after that what I wanted to do is that update the temporary variable which is n is equals to, okay, n into 10 plus so last digit you can take. Okay, and after that let me add some terminating condition for the while loop, which is number. Let's just update that number and take the quotient as well. Clear? After doing that just return whatever the n you got. Clear, guys? So this is how we can just employ or just update the existing reverse functionality if I get the integer values. So what I'm trying to do here is that let me just execute right now again. It will asking me the number, and let me just take one number here, 1 2 3 4. I am getting the 4321, which is a proper output. Let me just take another case, 1229. Okay, so I am getting 9221. Clear, guys? So it is the inter format only. This is how we can just create the reverse of things, and here we can handle the two cases. There are numerous cases are there, numerous corner cases are there, so you can just go ahead and just update the existing function. Clear, guys? So this is the important question we have. Clear? I guess it's clear for all of you. Let me just take a next question for this session. So the next question is, I want to check if the number is palindrome or not. Okay, so the second problem statement for this session is, okay, so what is the second problem statement? Write the Python program to check if the number is palindrome or not. Okay, let me just introduce an idea of palindrome here. Okay, let me just introduce an idea of palindrome here. So what is palindrome, guys? Okay, so palindrome is simple thing. So what the palindrome means? So palindrome means if I am taking the number n is equals to 1 2 3 4, then reverse that number. So what is the reverse of it? 4 3 2 1, and check if the original number is equals to the reverse number. If it is, then it is palindrome, and if it is not, then not palindrome. Okay, so what are the palindrome numbers we have? So let me just take n is equals to 22. Okay, if I am reversing those things, then it will again 2 and it is same as the original number, then 22 is my palindrome. I guess you will get the idea of palindrome number. Clear? Okay, for that purpose, so if you got directly this question, okay, so first you have to employ the reverse number logic. So first you have to create the function which reverses the given number, okay, and then create another function. So just check if the number is palindrome or not. I am just going to do exactly that. So what I'm trying to do, I already have the function which check if the number for creating the reverse number. So I'm just creating the another function here. Okay, I'm just creating another function, def, then is num palindrome, and I'm passing some number here. And in that I'm just checking the condition if I'm just invoking the already created function. Which is the already created function? Reverse number. I am passing the number here is equals to number itself. If it is the case, then we have to return some string. I'll do return some string here into the quotes. Okay, so whatever the number you have provided, okay, is palindrome. Okay, and if it is not, then else return another string. So whatever the number you have provided is not palindrome. Okay, so this is the stuff we have. Just we wanted to execute the stuff, so let me just create one temporary resultant variable and just invoking the stuff is num palindrome. I'm passing the user input here. Okay, user input here, and I'm just print out the resultant variable, and let me just comment this thing out before the executing the script. Okay, taking the input, invoking the function, again run the stuff. Okay, let me just pass the 22 right now. Okay, 22 is palindrome. Okay, let me just pass another thing, 10 is not palindrome. Okay, so it will pass all cases whatever we thought. Clear, guys? So this is the simple thing we have. So in these two things we have one common function is there, which is reverse number, Let me just go ahead and take the third question for the sessions, which is similar to the second question we have. Right now I wanted to write Python program to check if the given string is palindrome or not. Right, is palindrome or not. So caution here is that first we have to checking the number. Right now we are checking the string. We are checking some string. So what I'm trying to do here is that let me just take the input from the user string. I'm employing the input function, so no typecasting required because of the default behavior it holds. So enter some string. Okay, enter some string, and after that I'm creating one function here to check if it is palindrome or not. Def is string palindrome, you can take any name. Okay, and I'm passing some string here. Okay, I'm passing some string here, and here I'm checking something like that, if the string underscore, let me just reverse this thing. Okay, reverse this thing, and which is equals to the string itself, Okay, if it is the case, then directly print something. Okay, so directly print something, print the string you have passed is palindrome, right, is palindrome. And if it is not, then print something. Okay, then print something. What I'm trying to print here. Okay, so what I'm trying to print here, whatever the string you have passed is not palindrome, right, palindrome. Okay, so the function is ready, but before executing the script I wanted to comment some stuff here so that I won't get any error. Let me just do one thing here. Let me just comment this user input also. Okay, right now I'm ready to execute the things. So before executing the stuff, just invoke some function, so it will directly print out the stuff. So that's why no need to create the variable. So is string palindrome, and I'm passing the user string, whatever the user is provided. Clear? Let me just run those stuff. So it will ask me a string. So let me just take a string here, madam. So madam is palindrome, because if I reverse the madam, it will still be the same thing. Let me just take another thing. Let me just take the student. Okay, and if I enter this thing, student is not palindrome. Clear? Another thing is that there is one case here. What if the user is given the string into the uppercase or in the proper format? Then this function will not run as expected. Okay, it will not produce the output as expected. To handle those things, we can just employ one function here, which is called lower. Right now I just pass all of these cases where the case is the thing. Okay, where the case is thing. So let me just again do one thing here. Let me just again run this, and right now I am passing the output into the upper format, madam, and I am getting the palindrome, the proper output. Clear? So this is the third question we have for the session. Okay, let's move forward with the next question we have. Okay, So next question we have, which is pretty important one, so many times it will ask in the interview. Okay, so I wanted to, let me just take the fourth question for the session. Write the Python program. Okay, write the Python program. Write the Python program to print the multiplication table without multiplication operator. Multiplication, let's suppose star, without star operator. Clear? So it's a bit challenging for many people, as they haven't they have specifically said that we don't have to use the star operator. If they haven't specified anything, then it is very simple thing to do. So let me just go ahead and try to employ this approach. So let me just create one function, def print multiplication table. So print multiplication table, and I'm passing some number here. So the logic here is that we'll discuss some logic first, and then we will go ahead with respect to coding the things. Okay, coding the things. Control X is there. Okay, so let's suppose I don't want to utilize the multiplication operator. So basically what multiplication thing does, okay, so I wanted to print the table of 10. So 10 is there. Okay, 10 into 1 is there, so I'll getting the 10. So 10 into 2, if I just take this 2, then I'll get 20. So it is goes like this, and in the last we will get the 10 into 10, which is something like 100. This is the table of 10 we have. A simple thing, right? A simple thing. So I am employing the star operator here, the multiplication operator here. But if I don't want to employ this thing, so I can convert this thing into the another operator, which is the addition operator. How? So 10 is there, and 10 is there right now. So after that I wanted to get the 20, so I want to add another 10. Two times I want to add the 10. Okay, so I'll get the 20, right? I want to get the 100. I wanted to get the 100, so I want to add 10. I want to add 10 times. This is the core logical thing. We can employ this approach to get the table. I hope it's clear, right? So it's a simple thing. Let me just go here into the code environment I have. Okay, the code environment I have. So what I'm trying to do here is that, let me just take one for loop here. So I wanted the 10 numbers, right? So 1 to 10 numbers are there. So let me just take the for loop for every I in range of 1 to 11. So end minus 1 is there, that's why it is 11. And after that, let me just create the temporary variable. Okay, temporary variable which is initialized with 0, and again take one for loop for every underscore in range of I. So I wanted to add these many times. Okay, I wanted to add these many times. So if it is the first time, then only add 1. If it is second time, then add the thing into the twice. And after that, okay, so let me just take the colon here, and after that, whatever the temp variable you are created, add those thing into it. So what I want to add, the number itself. Clear? So anywhere I am employing any star operator? No. So it's perfectly fine. Right now I just wanted to return something. Okay, or we can just print out if you want. So let me just print out something. Okay, let me just print out the temp variable. Okay, let me just print out the temp variable. This is the function I created. Okay, this is the function I have created. So what I'm trying to do here is that, let me just comment this thing out right now, and just take the input from the user in the form of int. Okay, in the form of int, and let me just try to invoke the function print multiplication table. Okay, and I'm passing the user input there. Okay, I'm passing the user input. Let me just try to run those thing. Okay, it will ask me for a number. Let me just take the 10. Okay, so string. Okay, I just wanted to get rid of these things. So what I'm trying to do here is that, let me just comment this out as well. Okay, let me just clear the console and just again run the stuff. Okay, let me just take the 10 here. I'm getting the table of 10. Let me just run this thing and let me just take the 2. I am getting the proper output. Okay, 2 tens are 20. Clear? Again, I just wanted to run these things and let me just print the table of 19. I am getting the table of 19 here as well. Clear? So this is how we can just employ the approach to print the number table. Clear, guys? Okay, I hope it's clear for all of you. Okay, the final question for this sessions. So fifth question for the session, we'll just take it. Okay, it is another important interview question for you guys. Fifth one. So I have to write the Python program to check if the number is perfect or not. So it's a mathematical term of perfect numbers. Okay, it's a mathematical terms of perfect number. So I wanted to know what perfect number means. What perfect number means. So what I'm trying to do here is that let me just explain you guys the stuff you have. So let me just go here, right, and let me just took one thing here, right. So what is perfect number? So let me just take one number, n is equals to 6. Okay, n is equals to 6. Okay, after taking the number, find out all the numbers which are less than 6. What are the numbers are there? So 1 is there, positive integers. Okay guys, positive integers. So 0 is not there and negative numbers are also not there. So zeros and negative ones are not there. So positive integers 1, then 2 is there, then 3 is there, and the 4 and the 5. Right, these are the numbers are there which is less than 6. 6 is not included here. After getting those number, try to divide each number, try to divide 6 by each of these number. Try to divide 6 by each of those number, right? So 1 is divisible, yes. 6 is divisible by 1, yes. 6 is divisible by 2, yes. 6 is divisible by 3, yes. 6 is divisible by 4, no. 6 is divisible by 5, no. Right? So I'll get 1, 2, 3. After getting the number which is the divisors of the 6, just add those up. If I just adding those up, I am getting some number. So what are the number I am getting? 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6. If the number, so the resultant number is equals to the number itself, then it is a perfect number. This is the whole theory behind the perfect number. How can I employ this thing into the code? Let me just go here into the console and try to implement the logic. So let me just take one thing, def. Okay, so the function is there, and let me just take is perfect number. I'm just passing some number here. Okay, so how can I implement that logic? Okay, first I wanted to create the list of number which is divisible by the number which is less than the number itself. Okay, which is the numbers which is less than the number itself, the given number itself. So divisors list, let me just create the list, divisors, and let me just take one thing here in the list. I'm just employing the comprehension here for every I in range of 1 to number itself. So int -1 is there. So let me just go here, checking the condition. If the number is divisible by the number itself, which means that it will return the 0 as a reminder. If it is the case, then add those things into the list. Okay, add those things into the list, and after that let me just check one thing here. If sum of whatever the divisors we got equals to the number itself, if it is the case, then directly print something, or we can just take the return statement, return something. So whatever the number you have passed is the perfect number. Okay, and if it is not the case, then return something. Whatever the number you have passed is not perfect number. Clear? Is not the perfect number. Let me just do one thing here. Let me just create a variable, resultant variable res, and do one thing. let me just invoke this stuff, is perfect num, okay, is perfect number, and I'm passing the user input here. Okay, I'm just passing the user input here and print something. Okay, and print the result whatever we got. Clear? Print the result whatever we got. Okay, let me just do one thing here. Let me just comment this out, the previous code. Okay, and let me just invoke the stuff. Okay, it will asking me a number. Let me just take the 6. Okay, 6 is a perfect number we have. Okay, let me just take another case, 10. 10 is not my perfect number. Clear, guys? So these are all the steps we have for checking the perfect number, and these all the questions we have for the session, right? And just practice all of the stuffs, try to build some logic with respect to that, and you are good to go. And also one thing, try to practice all of this kind of questions, then you will get the much better idea of how the things works. So that's it for the today's sessions. We will meet in the next sessions with the more interview question. Till then, have a nice day.